Are you truly, deeply tired of your nights being constantly interrupted by those endless trips to the bathroom? If you're over 60, it's very likely you've been told this is just an inevitable part of getting older. Maybe your doctor brushed it off as normal for your age, or your friends told you it's something you just have to get used to. Well, listen to me closely. While it may be common, it is absolutely not something you have to resign yourself to. And more importantly, it's a far more serious issue than you might think. In the next few minutes, I will not only explain the hidden dangers linked to this nightly problem, including a higher risk of falls, heart problems, and memory decline, but I will also reveal 3 powerful natural foods you might not know about that can strengthen your bladder from the inside out and give you back your nights of uninterrupted rest. This information could genuinely change your life. My name is Dr. Samuel Bennett. Before we dive in, please take a moment to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel for more vital health content, and let me know where you're watching from in the comments below. Your support helps us reach and help more people just like you. Now let's begin the journey to reclaiming your nights. Before we talk about solutions, it is absolutely crucial that we understand the seriousness of the problem. We must break away from the idea that this is just a part of aging, accepting nocturia. The medical term for waking up frequently to urinate is like ignoring the check engine light in your car. Sure, you can keep driving for a while, but sooner or later the underlying issue will present you with a very expensive and very serious bill. Medically, nocturia is defined as having to wake up 1 or more times during the night to use the bathroom. If this is happening to you, you are not alone. Millions of people over 60 struggle with this in silence. But just because it's common doesn't mean it's harmless. I need you to understand the urgency of this. When your sleep is broken night after night, your body cannot complete the deep sleep cycles it needs to repair cells, consolidate memories, and regulate critical hormones. The first major danger, as I mentioned, is falls. In the dark, half asleep, your risk of tripping and falling is enormous. The National Association for Continence in the United States points out that nocturia is one of the single biggest risk factors for nighttime falls in older adults. A hip fracture in the middle of the night can be the start of a cascade of problems that are incredibly difficult to recover from. The second danger is to your heart. Research has uncovered a strong link between nocturia and high blood pressure. Every time you wake up abruptly, your nervous system is activated, which raises your heart rate and blood pressure. Forcing your body to do this several times a night, for years on end, places a chronic strain on your entire cardiovascular system. And the third danger, which is often overlooked, is the impact on your brain. Deep sleep is when your brain performs its cleaning process, removing toxins linked to diseases like Alzheimer's. If your sleep is constantly interrupted, this vital cleaning process is left incomplete, which can lead to memory problems and that frustrating brain fog that clouds your thinking. So you might be asking, why is this happening to me? What changed in my body? It's an excellent question, and the answer is not your fault. Real changes occur in the body with age. For one, the bladder's capacity tends to decrease. The muscle in the bladder wall can become overactive, sending the time to go signal even when it's not full. Furthermore, our bodies start to produce less of a key hormone called antidiuretic hormone, or ADH. This hormone's job is to tell your kidneys to slow down urine production at night. If you produce less ADH, or if your kidneys become less responsive to it, they keep making urine at a daytime pace and naturally you wake up. In men, a very common cause is an enlarged prostate. By pressing on the urethra, it prevents the bladder from emptying completely during the day, causing it to fill up much faster at night. In women, the hormonal changes of menopause can weaken the tissues of the bladder and the pelvic floor, affecting control. And finally, there are our habits. If you've spent years drinking a large glass of water right before bed, or if you unknowingly consume foods that irritate the bladder, you have essentially been training your body to wake up. Understanding this is the first step to regaining control. This isn't a personal weakness. It's a combination of factors that, thankfully, we can begin to manage. Now that you know the enemy, let's arm ourselves to fight back. and our best weapons are waiting for us in the kitchen, all right? Let's get straight to it. Our first great ally in this battle is a plant that has been used for centuries but which modern medicine sometimes forgets. I'm referring to horsetail. The name might sound odd, but this plant is a treasure for urinary health. Its name simply comes from the appearance of its branches, which look like the bushy tail of a horse. So, what makes it so special? Horsetail is incredibly rich in a mineral called silica. In fact, it's one of the richest plant-based sources of silica on the planet. Silica is vital for producing collagen, which is like the glue that holds our body's tissues together. It gives strength and elasticity to our skin, bones, and most importantly for us today, to the walls of the bladder and the muscles of the pelvic floor. As we age, we produce less collagen, and the bladder tissues can weaken. By consuming horsetail, you're giving your body the raw building blocks it needs to repair and fortify those tissues. It's like reinforcing the foundation of a house. But that's not all. Horsetail also has a gentle astringent and anti-inflammatory effect. It helps to soothe bladder irritation, allowing it to hold more urine for longer, and with less sense of urgency. Now, here is an important point. Horsetail is often called a diuretic, which sounds contradictory. Why would you take something that makes you urinate more? The key is the when and the how. Its diuretic effect is gentle. If you take it during the day, it helps your body to efficiently eliminate excess fluid. This means you arrive at nighttime with less accumulated fluid, especially in your legs. When you lie down, that fluid from your legs re-enters your bloodstream and ends up in your bladder. By taking horsetail in the morning, you help your body process that fluid during the day, not while you're trying to sleep. How to consume it? The most common and effective way is as an infusion or tea. You'll need dried horsetail, which you can find in health food stores or online. Use 1 to 2 teaspoons per cup of water to properly extract the silica. The best method is a decoction. Place the herb in cold water, bring it to a boil, and let it simmer on low heat for 5 to 10 minutes. Then, turn off the heat, cover it, and let it steep for another 10 minutes before straining. The timing is key. Drink 1 or 2 cups a day, one in the morning and perhaps another in the mid-afternoon, but never after 5 or 6 p.m. I remember the case of Robert, a 72-year-old gentleman who was getting up 4 or 5 times a night. He was exhausted. Though skeptical, he tried the horsetail tea. 2 weeks later, he called me, excited. He was already down to waking just once. After a month, there were nights he slept straight through. It's not a miracle, it's simply giving the body the tools it needs to heal itself. One important note, horsetail is not recommended for very long-term, continuous use without breaks. A good cycle is to take it for 3 to 4 weeks, then take a 1-week break. And if you have kidney problems or heart failure, it is essential to consult your doctor before you start taking it. In fact, it is always a good idea to speak with a healthcare professional. Now for our second food. It's a crunchy vegetable with a spicy kick that you almost certainly have in your refrigerator, but would never have connected to this issue. I'm talking about the radish. Yes, the humble radish. This little root is a powerhouse that we often underestimate. Its power against Nocturia comes from 2 main properties: its anti-inflammatory effect and its ability to cleanse the urinary tract. Often, the urge to urinate stems from low-grade irritation or a mild infection. Urinary tract infections are common, and sometimes they don't present with clear symptoms like pain or fever, but they do irritate the bladder. The radish is a fantastic natural antiseptic. It contains sulfur compounds that give it that pungent flavor, and these compounds have powerful antibacterial properties. Eating radishes regularly helps to keep the bacteria that cause this irritation at bay. It's like having an internal cleaning service for your urinary tract. Furthermore, the radish is an excellent source of vitamin C, which is key for tissue repair. The walls of your bladder need to be healthy and strong, and vitamin C helps to keep them in top condition. Think of it this way. If horsetail reinforces the foundations, the radish is responsible for cleaning the pipes and repairing the walls. How can you include radishes in your diet? The good news is they are incredibly versatile. In salads, this is the easiest way. Slice them thinly and add them to any salad for a wonderful, crunchy, peppery bite. As a snack, simply wash a couple of radishes and eat them whole. It's a much healthier snack than a bag of potato chips. In juices. In moderation, you can juice a couple of radishes with celery, cucumber, and an apple. A small glass in the morning is plenty. Pickled. Fermented radishes are a fantastic option because they also provide you probiotics, which are beneficial for gut health, something that also influences your overall immune system. This reminds me of Helen, 68 years old. She suffered from a constant sense of urgency and felt she had to go to the bathroom just in case, all the time. She started adding radishes to her evening salad. She didn't notice much at first, but she was consistent. After about a month, she told me that the feeling of urgency had diminished dramatically. Her bladder felt calmer, and her nighttime awakenings were reduced from 3 to just 1, or sometimes even none. The radish is safe for almost everyone. The only caveat is, if you have thyroid issues, it's better to consume them cooked, as cooking deactivates certain compounds that can potentially interfere with thyroid function. And now we arrive at our third food, a small sweet legume that is a superstar for the health of your urinary system. I'm talking about peas. This might surprise you. Peas are incredibly common, but their power for bladder health is widely overlooked. Their magic lies in two key components: their extremely high vitamin A content and their quality plant-based protein. Let's start with vitamin A. This vitamin is absolutely essential for the health of our mucous membranes, which are the moist inner linings of our organs, including the bladder. This mucosal lining is the first barrier of defense. It prevents waste substances in the urine from irritating the delicate bladder wall. Over time, this barrier can become damaged or thin. Peas, which are rich in beta-carotene that the body converts into vitamin A, give your body the raw materials it needs to regenerate and maintain this protective barrier, keeping it strong and healthy. The second benefit is protein. Our muscles are made of protein, and that includes the muscles of the pelvic floor. The pelvic floor is like a hammock that supports the bladder. If it's strong, it helps to close off the urethra and prevent leaks. As we age, we naturally lose muscle mass, and that affects this area too. By eating quality protein like that found in peas, you help to maintain the strength of those crucial support muscles. So, to recap the team, horsetail rebuilds the structural strength, the radish cleans and reduces inflammation, and peas regenerate the internal barrier and strengthen the support muscles. Together, they are an incredible repair crew. How to enjoy peas? They are very easy to incorporate. As a side dish, simply steamed, they are a perfect accompaniment to any meal. In stews and soups, add a cup to your stews or soups for a nutrient boost. Fresh, frozen, or canned. Frozen peas are often the best choice, as they are flash frozen at their peak freshness. If you use canned peas, look for no salt added varieties and rinse them well before using. The key, as always, is consistency. Aim to incorporate them into your diet several times a week. Now that you know your 3 food allies, you are on the right path. But if you want to accelerate your results, there are a few extra strategies that are absolutely crucial. Think of the foods as your star players, and these strategies as the game plan that ensures they win. Strategy 1. Identify the hidden saboteurs. You can be eating all the right things, but if you're also consuming things that irritate your bladder, it's like trying to put out a fire while someone else is pouring gasoline on it. The most common culprits are caffeine, the #1 enemy. It's not just in coffee, but also in tea, cola drinks, and chocolate. Try to avoid caffeine entirely after midday. Alcohol. It's both a diuretic and a bladder irritant. That glass of wine with dinner could be the cause of your problem. Carbonated drinks, artificial sweeteners, highly acidic foods like tomatoes or citrus fruits, and very spicy food can also be problematic for some people. I suggest you keep a simple diary for 1 week. Write down what you eat, what you drink, and how many times you wake up. You might discover a very clear pattern. Strategy 2. Learn to drink water intelligently. This might sound counterintuitive. Shouldn't I drink less? No. The key is smart hydration. Not drinking enough water during the day causes your urine to become highly concentrated, and that in itself irritates the bladder. The strategy is to front-load your water intake. Drink the majority of your water in the morning and early afternoon. Drastically reduce your intake from dinner onwards. Only take small sips if you are truly thirsty. A golden rule is to stop drinking all liquids 2 to 3 hours before you go to bed. Strategy 3. Retrain your bladder. If you've gotten into the habit of going to the bathroom, just in case, you can retrain your bladder to hold on a little longer. During the day, try to gradually increase the time between bathroom visits. Start by adding just 15 minutes to your usual interval. When you feel the urge, take a deep breath. Distract yourself. Often, the sensation will pass. The goal is to eventually reach an interval of 2 to 4 hours between visits. Strategy 4. Awaken your pelvic floor with Kegel exercises. These are the most powerful tool for strengthening the muscles that support your bladder. They are invisible, and you can do them anywhere. To find the right muscles the next time you urinate, try to stop the flow midstream. Those are the muscles. Don't make a habit of this. Just do it once to identify them. The technique. With an empty bladder, contract those muscles for 3 to 5 seconds. Be careful not to squeeze your abdomen or glutes and don't hold your breath. Then relax for another 3 to 5 seconds. Aim for a set of 10 to 15 repetitions 3 times a day. Consistency is everything. I know this is a lot of information. We've talked about horsetail, radishes, peas, and key lifestyle strategies. So I want to issue you a challenge. Choose at least one of these ideas and commit to trying it for the next 30 days. Maybe it's starting your day with horsetail tea. Maybe it's adding radishes to your daily salad. Or maybe it's simply applying the rule of no liquids after 7 p.m. And I want you to tell me about it. Come back to this video in a month and leave a comment. Tell us how it went, what has changed, and how you feel. Your stories will not only motivate you, but they will inspire thousands of others in this community who are going through the exact same thing. We have reached the end of our discussion, but it is the beginning of your solution. We have seen that nocturia is not an inevitable sentence of aging, but a problem with clear causes and, most importantly, with solutions that are within our reach. Remember our 3 champions: horsetail to rebuild your bladder's strength, the radish to clean and protect your urinary tract, and peas to regenerate the bladder's internal barrier and fortify the muscles. But beyond any single food, the most important message today is one of hope and empowerment. You are not a victim of your body. You are the director of your own well-being. You now have the tools and the knowledge. Stop accepting sleepless nights and tired days as your new reality. Reclaim your right to deep restorative sleep. Reclaim your right to wake up with energy, ready to enjoy your day to the fullest. The path to quiet nights begins with a single step. 1 cup of tea, 1 salad, 1 exercise. Start today. Your body and your mind will thank you for it. Thank you for joining me.